Hey, what's going on? Jim Hall here. Today we are going to talk about and learn about how to transpose Excel data. Okay, so we're going to take some lines that are this way in Excel and we're going to make them go down this way in Excel, and we're going to show how to do that in a really simple way. This is actually going to be video 4 or 5. Let me go ahead and pull up Excel. Okay, and the way that we're doing this is we're walking through this tour. We're taking a tour in Excel. So when you open up Excel, go to Home. So you're gonna, when it first opens, you're gonna be in a screen like this, or you might need to go to New to find it down in here. Look for these white ones with the green bars, and we're on the one that says Take a Tour. Okay, and today, so then once you do that, you're gonna go to Create, and then today we're going to do lesson number 4. So the other 3 lessons, Add, Fill, and Split, are over at whoisjimhall.com. And so right down here, whoisjimhall.com, let me show you what you want to do once you get over there. You want to click on Training, whoisjimhall.com. It's going to be a green screen here, and it's, oh, look, I vanished because I'm on green screen also. Isn't that interesting? This will tell you a little bit more about me. You can see my degrees, stuff that I'm working on. But the main feature here is the tutorial for Microsoft Excel. And then, of course, Freedom Daily Replay, the escape plan, and this homepage is Who is Jim Hall. So you click in here, register if you don't have an account, or just log in. This will put you on video 1, and you'll join my emails so that you can start to get the dripped feed, Why is that going straight to email number 2? I'll have to work on that. Maybe I did that on purpose. So part 1 of a 10-part series is here, part 2, and then there's a timer that number 3 is coming soon. You'll get an email saying, hey, number 3 is ready. Number 3 is actually done. I just don't want to overwhelm you with information. So, and then number 4, this one that we're on today, will go in here after this, and there will be another timer. I might do them 2 at a time. I don't know yet. They're pretty short, but some of them are a little bit intricate. So anyways, that's that. Let's go ahead and jump into the material here. If you don't know how to use Excel very well, what you need to do is either you can let's go, and then you can step down through the next steps, or you can just click right down here to transpose. And what we're going to be doing today, like I said, is we're going to switch data around by transposing it. When you need to rotate columns and rows, you transpose them in Excel. Part of the big reason why I'm doing it this way in a pre-made sheet is so that you have this information on your computer, you can follow along. So go ahead and open it up and follow along with me, and you will learn a lot more that way. So we're going to do number 1 here. Click and drag to select the 2 rows of cells from item to 20. So it's saying click and drag, right? So we're going to click on this, and we're going to select item, and we're going to drag all the way over here to 20, as you can see right here under my cursor. And then it says now you'll copy the cells. So you can right click and copy, or you can use the shortcut here, which is Control-C. That will put a box around it, as you see there, and so you know that it's been selected. Now we'll click on the yellow cell, and then it says on the Home tab, click the arrow under the Paste button. So up here, if you're not in, this is called the ribbon. If you're not in the Home tab, like you might be over here in Review or in Data, click over here to Home, and then click the arrow under the Paste button. So the Paste button is right here, and then you're going to come over here and click Paste Special. So which one to click Paste Special? Oh, down here. And then you're going to come over here, and it will say, and then at the bottom, click the checkbox for Transpose and click OK. So there you go. So normally I would do that just by, maybe clicking here and Paste Special here. So there's a couple of different ways. You could right click right here and click Paste Special. And then as you see down here, you can Paste Special, and you can do the same thing with your Transpose button. So that will change that. Now, if you wanted to do that without having both of them there, right, we can go ahead and escape off of our selection. You can take this and drag it out, and then you can do Cut or Control X, and then when you paste it, Paste Special here, maybe not. Let's see if we can do that up here. It's not going to let us paste special if we're cutting it. Okay, that's interesting. Maybe it's just because we have it already pasted. Nope, it's because we're cutting it. So once you do that, let's see if we can even move that at all. If we delete this, so now we could clear contents. Okay, that works. Still not quite right. We might want to just delete it altogether if you wanted to remove it, and shift cells up. Okay, so you could do it that way. If you wanted to remove it, you may want to have both there at the same time. Not really too sure why you would, but nonetheless, that's the way to go about doing that. So as you saw, if you clear contents, it will leave everything there for you. Right here, right click on this, come down here to clear contents, and it will just clear everything out. Now if you do Control Z or undo up here at the top, then you can go back as many steps as you need to get that stuff back on the screen. Expert tip, the shortcut key for paste special is Control Alt V. So I'm going to go ahead and take this off, and I'm going to try to Control Cut again, and then I'm going to try Control Alt V. All right, so we can't do it with the cut for whatever reason. I want to try it again with the copy just so that we can see that happening. Control Alt V brings up our paste special box. We can bring over here to transpose, and then it does the same thing there. So now it says to dive down for more detail. You can also do this with a formula. So a really good way to do this would be if you wanted this on one page this way, and then you wanted it on a different tab another way. That would be one reason that you would really want to do that, so that you can have all of your data somewhere else and then make it look a different way, or how someone else might need it to look on a different sheet. That's just one way that I would think that could happen. It says sometimes you don't want to copy and paste to transpose. In this case, you can use a formula to transpose rows and columns. Here's how to do that. To transpose this data, you need to select some blank cells first. Since the data on the right has 6 columns and 2 rows, you need to select the opposite 2 columns and 6 rows. Do this by selecting the yellow cells. So here we are, we're going to go 2 columns and 6 rows. And then this is kind of tricky, so pay close attention. With those cells selected, type the following: equals transpose, and as you see, that will start to pull it up. You can push tab there, and then you could do parentheses C33 colon H34, and it says, but don't press enter. So go ahead and put in your close parentheses there. Oops, you don't need 2 sets of parentheses at the front. If you push tab, be careful not to put in a second set of parentheses there. And then press Control Shift Enter, and then that will transpose it for us. If you get the pound value or hashtag value as a result, try again starting at step 1. Click any of the yellow cells to select just one. Look at the formula at the top of Excel. You'll see that the formula looks like this. It has these squiggly brackets in it now. Okay. Click another yellow cell, look at the formula bar again. The formula is the same. Why? Because this is an array formula. So it's exactly the same formula copied throughout. Okay, because it's copying this array of values here. Okay, so what's an array formula? An array formula can perform calculations on more than one cell in an array. In this example above, the array is the original data set in cells C33 to H34. The transpose function then switches. It's not really a formula, it's a function. Then switches the horizontal orientation of the cells to a vertical orientation. You always finish an array formula with Control plus Shift plus Enter, not just Enter. Pressing Control plus Shift plus Enter calculates the function against the array. When you're done, Excel puts special brackets, squiggly brackets, around the formula. These brackets are a visual cue that the selected cell is part of an array formula. You can't type these brackets yourself. Excel puts them in when you press Control plus Shift plus Enter. You can type that bracket, it just won't work properly. So you need to actually use the Control plus Shift plus Enter there. It's not saying that those brackets aren't available, because they are available on the parentheses, not the parentheses, but on the bracket button, but they won't do the same function if you type them in. Keep in mind, there are 3 things to keep in mind when using an array formula. Always select multiple cells first, and then those cells selected, start typing the array formula. That's the key. Select multiple cells first, then start typing. When you're done typing an array formula, press Control-Shift-Enter. Once you enter an array formula, you cannot interrupt that new array. For example, you cannot type over or delete just one of the cells. You also cannot insert a new row or column within that array. If you need to do any of that, select all the cells that have the array formula, press Delete, and then make changes and recreate the formula. So you'd want to come in here, press the Delete button, and then that will remove all of those functions and then start over. Like, say you needed to change this to 150 donuts, then you could go ahead and redo your formula here. Let me see if it will let me copy this. Sometimes it will, sometimes it won't. And then of course you have to do the Control-Shift-Enter. I didn't. So we're going to come back in up here, and we're going to try to do Control-Shift-Enter, and that will go ahead and set up your array. Even if you didn't type it in first properly, you can come back up here and Control-Shift-Enter and make those happen. You can't change any part of an array, so that's why that works that way. We should be able to at least format it. Yeah, we can still format it. Okay. Excel speak. Because array formulas require Control-Shift+Enter, some people informally call array formulas CSE formulas. I've never heard that used. This is a bit of a technical, this is a little bit of a different kind of situation here. You won't use this very much, but again, this is one of those things that it's good to know this is available in case you need to do that. There's times when you need to do something that you do in a way longer way because you didn't know that this was possible. So I think that's really important to know. And then of course there's more information on the web. Transpose, rotate data from rows to columns or vice versa. All about the transpose function, and create an array formula. All right, and that's all we're going to cover today. Again, we like to keep these short and sweet. And then tomorrow we'll talk about sort and filter. Now, sort and filter we use a lot. So that's some really good steps to use. And then we'll start getting into some more advanced things as we go through the end of our 10-step process here. Again, my name is Jim Hall. Go on over to whoisjimhall.com. Make sure to like and comment down below how these videos are working out for you, and also join my membership site. And that way, once I go into some more advanced features that aren't making their way onto YouTube, you'll be able to find those things as well. This particular lessons will always stay free, and we will add to them as we go along. All right, hope you enjoyed. Have a great day.